This clip is brought to you by Mind Bullet. Increase focus for work or working out. Enjoy this clip.
You just said one of my favorite words that we've ever had on this podcast, porn. Because we've had discussions about this with different people, and different people have different ideas. Some guys don't think it's that big of a deal. Some people, like myself, because I got on it when I was young, I've been able to get rid of it, but I didn't realize it was a problem until a few years later, and it took me a while to get out of my porn addiction, and I'm thankful that I didn't. I'm thankful that I got out of that. But what have you noticed, or what is your take on men and porn use and how you see it affecting men and life, et cetera? And what are your suggestions?
Well, it's a heavy point of view. Porn, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but just porn in general is of the probably lowest vibration to consume, I feel, because unfortunately, and I think this is a heavy topic, unfortunately, like one of the biggest businesses in the world is the trafficking of children and women. And those are the people that are in the porn industry. And so you're consuming a very, very, very low vibrational energy, and it's also synthetic. It's also desensitizing. That's why most people, when they watch porn, it does something to the brain where like regular sex all of a sudden becomes boring, and then they're watching something a little bit more extreme. You know, before you know it, you're watching like 10 dudes run a train on a girl. And before you know it, you're watching a donkey on a girl. And before you know it, you're watching, you know, gay porn. You don't know if you're gay or straight. You know, that's where it kind of goes. It kind of leads to. So, and also it's just of the most lowest vibration. None of those people want to be in that industry. Even if they think they do, they don't want to be in that industry. And so that's the type of, I think it's really important to understand your energy exchange with things every day too. That's something that I take very seriously within myself. You know, since everything is energy, another woo-woo thing, but everything is energy. I'm energy, you're energy, everything is energy. How are you exchanging this energy each and every day? Is it low vibration or is it high vibration? So porn is, I think, one of the lowest vibrations you exchange with every single day. So if you're going to give your energy to that, that's what you're going to get back, it's some dark stuff. So I think that's where that heads. So that was an easy switch for me. I was never really fully into porn, but I would still watch it every now and then. But soon as I learned about the trafficking of women and children and how they were funneled into the porn industry, it was like done. I was like, oh, never, fuck that shit. It was a very, very easy switch.
Yeah.
And so that was my big awakening with that. Up until then, I didn't think too much about it. I didn't think it was awful. Of course, I probably definitely enjoyed it multiple times. But as soon as I became aware of like that heavy stuff, it was an easy, like, just, okay, no go. It's just, like it was like done.
This guy, Rollo Tomasa, came on the podcast, and when he talked about it, I've never heard somebody mention it, but like it makes a lot of sense. He mentioned how it's like a form of sedation for men. I mean, even I noticed when I was in heavy porn use, I'd utilize it when I was like anxious or sad or whatever, and I'd just feel real, you know, just like just
giggity.
I can just go to sleep now. I don't want to do anything. You know, you don't want to go work out. You don't want to do something hard. You don't want to get shit done. You just want to fucking be lazy, chill, and wallow in that shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think for a lot of, especially people who got on it young, my generation who managed that shit when they were teenagers, it's a total, this massive level of sedation that stops them from actually going after the real thing. Yeah. You know, you're okay with that. So why do I need it?
That is a tough one for the generation that was kind of introduced to porn at a young age. Like I was lucky where I didn't have a computer. Porn wasn't, like the internet wasn't even a real fucking thing. Yeah, it was dial up. Nobody was doing that stuff. But I know friends that are like 10 years younger than me, and the first time they masturbated was to porn, which is wild. Imagine being a kid and the first thing you're doing is masturbating to like real adult sex, where the first time I did it, I didn't even know what happened. I'm like, what the fuck? I remember it happened, and I didn't know what happened, and I walked downstairs, my whole family was like watching The Simpsons, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And then I like went back upstairs and did it again. So you know, that was like
I seen this episode. I'm gonna
be right back. And I remember coming back down again. I'm like, what the fuck was that again? I'm like, this is amazing. Like this is crazy. I was an animal for a few months after that, but like, I mean, it was all in my bedroom, and I didn't even have thoughts. There was no thoughts. So it was kind of a nice way to like, explore myself. I think a natural way to explore myself.
It's a natural way. you know?
Yeah, it was hard for the kids that grew up with like the internet right in their face and that accessibility to like this type of information.
Yeah.
So Power Project family, I hope you enjoyed this clip. We are on Discord and Reddit. We're trying to talk to you guys and build a community down there. So the links are in the bio. But remember, like, comment, subscribe, share this out with people so you can share the wealth of health. As cheesy as that fucking sounds. Peace.